Did Marvel secretly create the greatest marketing strategy of all time for Fantastic Four? Or was this a bad attempt to psyop the fans? Or is it just a case of a couple actors being very weird in the way they behave? Because actors tend to do that a lot. There's been a lot made about the recent controversies with Pedro Pascal. And by that I mean I've literally made a video on it. So you could say I've contributed to the outrage. And that's not the kind of YouTube channel I want to be. I'm not someone who's interested in celebrity drama. I have made videos on celebrities who are sus and potentially fucked up before. So it's not outside the realm of my channel to do this, but I made that video on Pedro Pascal because I felt I had to, because so many people were talking about it and so many people were asking me about it. A lot of my friends were spamming me videos of him touching up William Dafoe's wife, grabbing Vanessa Kirby, and I said, man, I think I'm really just angry that we never got John Krasinski as Reed Richards because Pedro got cast, and I thought it was a miscasting. No, I think Pedro did a good job as Reed Richards in the movie, if I'm being objective. But still, Pedro Pascal has some weird vibes about him. I do think that anxiety is a bit sus. I do think he is a bit sus as an individual, but he is now the face of Marvel. Literally, this has been said by them themselves. Pedro Pascal is the face of Marvel going forward. He will be like what RDJ was for the first half of Marvel, for the first phase of Marvel. A lot of people are going to be angry at this. And you know what? Marvel knows it, Pedro knows it, and Vanessa Kirby knows it. And you know what? I think there's been 5D chess utilized on the fans here, okay? Because as creepy as I might find Pedro Pascal and as weird as he is to me, there's another side of the coin when it comes to his flirtatious caressing of women. And that is Vanessa Kirby. She's partaking in it just as much as he is. In fact, she's initiating a lot of it based on the videos I've seen. That brings one to wonder why. She's engaged to another man and she's pregnant, I'm pretty sure. Why would she do this? The simple answer is, one, either Pedro's a creep and she's just allowing it to happen because she doesn't want to fuck up the relations and they're acting together, or maybe they're fucking. Maybe she really just finds him alluring and wants to bang him and they're doing it. And she's cheating on her husband and all that stuff, maybe. But if I'm looking at it through a logical angle, and I know you can't apply logic to Hollywood because it's Hollywood, but still, why, if you're cheating, if you are doing this, why are you making it so public? Why are you almost intentionally with every interview flirting with this man, touching each other and all this stuff, when both of you, I don't know if Pedro has anyone, but Vanessa, you are engaged to another man. Are you, not to pry into business of people who don't know who I am, of people who are celebrities, but I don't know, maybe her husband's into it, maybe they have an open relationship, whatever. I'm not here to get into any of that. I don't care about that. I just think there's something might be more happening here. I think it's a plan. I think it's a plan. And no, I'm not trying to defend Pedro or Vanessa being weird. That's not what I'm doing here. I'm just outlining a very interesting perspective that I thought of yesterday after seeing Fantastic Four and the box office success it's having. I think it's tied with Superman in its opening weekend, or it's made a decent amount of money. And I think it broke ticket sales or something, right? So clearly what they're doing is working. I believe, and don't leave, I need you to hear me out here. I believe that Vanessa Kirby and Pedro, in a silent, almost agreement, and backed by Marvel, are doing this on purpose. They might be into it secretly, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that. But I think this is a promotion strategy of the highest order that's meant to piss people off and get the name Pedro Pascal and Vanessa Kirby out onto the news so that all publicity is good publicity and people are gonna watch. All right? Now, a lot of people could be saying this is a stretch, Zaffy. I'm gonna tell you, actors have fucking done this before. May I remind you of Glenn Powell? Glenn Powell has done this twice now. Him and Adria Arjona, Adria who was dating Jason Momoa, and it was at the time of what I'm about to tell you. After they were done filming and on their press junkets and their media tours and all that, and in interviews, they've stated that they would send each other DMs, and during filming they would send each other DMs to turn each other on. They would send promiscuous images of each other or objects that would get them in the mood when they were doing steamy scenes during filming. They would say all this very casually and fun, and in a fun, jivey way, and this is while Adria Arjona is literally dating Momoa as well, while this is being outed to the public. And a lot of people are like, what the fuck, this is so fucked up. Why do actors do this? Okay, guess what? It got eyes in the movie because of this. It got headlines. Glenn Powell has done this before with Sydney Sweeney. Remember that romance movie they were in? And the drama between them was enough that Glenn Powell's own girl broke up with him, I'm pretty sure. There was drama that, oh, they might be doing it on set. They might be together. There might be a scandal. They might be having an affair. And this fucked things up for, I think, Glenn's own relationship, right? But they kept doing it. They kept going. They kept windmilling this rumor around. Why? Because that movie got more headlines, more promotion because of it. Just organically. You really think it's outside of the realm of possibility that Pedro and Vanessa are doing this? I think it's a psyop. Now, granted, they could I'm not saying they're not weird. I still think Pedro's weird, and they could still be into each other. But both can be true. So if that is true, and Marvel knew about it because it's part of contracts that you have to do media obligations. They're sent on these interviews. They're not doing these for fun, right? They're getting paid for all this. This is a lot of these interviews, a lot of them are part of Marvel's advertising budget. Marvel wants this to happen. They love doing this. Hollywood does this. Look at the new Superman movie. The actors that played Superman and Lois, they're in chemistry interviews where they're forced to come close to each other and put their foreheads on each other and whisper stuff into each other's ear. Like, what the fuck? And the actor for Superman's married. Hollywood loves doing this. One, they love showing people the chemistry of their actors, so that's one part. But this, I think Marvel loves the fact that there's so many outrage headlines about this. And they know how fans feel, and yet they're still saying stuff like Pedro Pascal's in the news. I literally saw the other day that Pedro Pascal made a quote about Dr. Doom saying, "Daddy Doom loves us all," and how he can't wait for delicious scenes with Doom. And this is after all the rumors of him being gay have come up. So I think Pedro's doing a lot of this on purpose, y'all. I swear, bro. You're telling me that these guys don't look on social media and see a lot of the headlines? Of course they do. It's everywhere. It's on purpose. A lot of it's on purpose. It's done, one, to trigger fans so that they get into the headlines. I swear, man, this happens with actors. They do it. And if it's true, this is like a 45D high IQ chess move and marketing play. Because you know what? I think it might have worked for a lot of people, at least. Here, take some of my friends, for example. A lot of my friends, including me, I'll be real, the trailer for Fantastic Four, none of them really impressed me. I was not really looking forward to this movie that much. I was looking forward to Superman more, Thunderbolts more. Weapons is literally my most anticipated movie this summer. Okay? Because the trailer in that was awesome. I think the Fantastic Four trailers were trash, besides maybe the last one. So I wasn't that interested. None of my friends are Fantastic Four fans. They don't like Pedro, right? But then they started seeing these rumors and these videos and all the stuff that Vanessa's like, "Oh, my sweet baby," to Pedro. And you can see Johnny Storm just like, "Oh my lord." You can see the actor for Johnny Storm, "Oh my lord." These are viral clips. And when these were being sent around on group chats that I'm aware of, my friends started talking about Fantastic Four 10,000 times more. And that got all of our interests elevated. I was going to watch this movie anyways. But now my excitement, or at least my interest, was piqued a little bit. Just like kind of like a meme, like, "Oh, damn, I'm about to see Pedro and Vanessa get it on. Let's see if the affair is real." You know, like, aspect of that is in our minds. It's implanted because of this. It could have been a psyop. It could have been a psyop. I always have to ask myself, okay, if I buy something, what was done that day? What was done in the process leading up to me buying that thing? What was done by the company selling the product to get me to this situation? I had to retrace my steps. And guys, honestly, I think, listen, I think this is a psyop. Now listen, is Pedro still a weirdo to me? Yes. Because Vanessa Kirby's not the only woman he touches and feels up like, right? Like he did it with Willem Dafoe's wife. And it's almost like his anxiety selectively chooses the woman he does it with, by the way. I just want to put that out there. But if you are now the face of Marvel, and Marvel knows you know that there are many executives and writers at Marvel who know about the controversies with Pedro. It's kind of big news. A lot of people are talking about it now. Pedro Pascal has never been in the news more than this year. So I wouldn't be surprised. And I have no proof of it, right? I have no proof. This is just a theory video. But if this is real, this means that Marvel has engaged in the most high-profile, high IQ 5D chess marketing strategy I've ever seen. And I don't know, look, there's question about how effective was this marketing strategy really? Were people really watching because of this? Or were they watching because it's a Marvel property and they know, Marvel knows people are going to watch regardless? Well, I'm going to say this. I was surprised to see the records that this movie was breaking when it came to tickets. I really was. And granted, Pedro Pascal's this controversy, the crazy rumors of it didn't start until later, but I do think it got people talking. And I think in the course of people talking and sharing stuff, a lot more people are going to watch. They're going to tune in. That's how drama works online. That's how humanity works. So I do think that the Pedro Pascal and Vanessa Kirby drama was a psyop. And you know what? It might have been engineered by Vanessa, not even Pedro. Maybe Vanessa saw what was happening, the chatter online, and probably spoke to her husband like, yeah, you mind if I engage in this a little bit? Because maybe we can have fun with this and make more money. Maybe we can get more eyes on this movie. It's fucked up, but I'm telling you, bro, a lot of movies do it, a lot of actors do it, and don't be surprised if you're going to see a lot more of this actors on set drama happen even more. We already seen it happen with shows. I'm not going to mention specific actors because there's a lot of actors I like that even engage in this. Don't be surprised if you see more and more stuff like this happening. And a lot of people are going to be calling out the degeneracy of Hollywood even more now. I'm telling you, Hollywood loves psyops, and this might be one of them. And to be honest, this is like, if anyone wants to learn marketing strategy that works nowadays for social media, look at this entire thing and just learn from it. This teaches you so much about human psychology. Let yourself be taken to school by what Marvel has done with this marketing. It's brilliant. I gotta put credit where credit's due. I'm calling out Hollywood as well as giving them credit for this. This is brilliant. It's fucked up, but it is brilliant. Man, Pedro and Vanessa are weird though. The fact that you're doing this. Listen, I'm not trying to judge anyone, but the fact that this is done is fucking weird. That's all I'm gonna say, alright? Those are my thoughts on that. Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on a mission to take over Hollywood. But the army must keep growing. If you want to suggest video topics to me, or talk about your favorite movies or favorite film theories in a community with like-minded individuals, join the Zafy Discord now. Link is in the description and the comment section as well. Join us. This movement is just beginning. We're taking over Hollywood, one coke line at a time.